A reading from the book of Luke 13, verses 1 to 9. At that time, some people were there who told Jesus about the Galileans whom Pilate had killed while they were offering sacrifices to God. Jesus answered them, "Because those Galileans were killed in that way, do you think it proves that they were worse sinners than all others? Than all other Galileans? No, indeed. And I tell you that if you do not turn from your sins, you will all die as they did. What about the 18 people in Salem who died, who were killed when the tower fell on them? Do you suppose this proves that they were worse than all other people living in Jerusalem? No, indeed. And I tell you that if you do not turn from your sins, you will all die as they did." He goes forth with the parable of the unfruitful fig tree. Then Jesus told the people, "There was once a man who had a fig tree growing in his vineyard. He went looking for figs on it, but found none. So he said to his gardener, 'Look, for 3 years I have been coming there looking for figs on this fig tree, and I haven't found any. Cut it down. Why should it go on using up the soil?' But the gardener answered, 'Leave it alone, sir. Just 1 more year. I will dig around it and put in some fertilizer. Then, if the tree bears figs next year, so much the better. If not, then you can cut it down.'" The word of the Lord.
So we'll also have it in French.
Luc chapitre 13, versets 1 à 9. En ce même temps, quelques personnes qui se trouvèrent là racontèrent à Jésus ce qui était arrivé à des Galiléens, dont Pilate avait mêlé le sang avec celui de leur sacrifice. Il leur répondit, croyez-vous que ces Galiléens fussent de plus grands pécheurs que tous les autres Galiléens, parce qu'ils ont souffert de la sorte? Non, je vous le dis. Mais si vous ne vous repentez, vous périrez tous également. Ou bien ces 18 autres personnes sur qui est tombée la tour de Siloé et qu'elle a tué. Croyez-vous qu'elles fussent plus coupables que tous les autres habitants de Jérusalem? Non, je vous le dis. Mais si vous ne vous repentez, vous périrez tous également. Il dit aussi cette parabole. Un homme avait un figuier planté dans sa vigne. Il vint pour y chercher du fruit et il n'en trouvait point. Alors il dit au vigneron, voilà 3 ans que je viens chercher du fruit à ce figuier et je n'en trouve point. Coupe-le. Pourquoi occupe-t-il la terre inutilement? Le vigneron lui répondit, Seigneur, laisse-le encore cette année. Je creuserai tout autour et j'y mettrai du fumier. peut-être à l'avenir donnera-t-il du fruit, sinon tu le couperas. Parole du Seigneur.
So if we have all listened to the reading and understood the reading, it's just a summary to show us that God is giving us some extra time. Just like the fig tree. The owner of the fig tree, because it was not bearing any fruit, the owner wanted to cut it down because it's wasting soil. For 3 years, it's not bearing fruit. But the wine dresser pleaded and said, just give it 1 more year. And that 1 more year, he will try to see how he can manure it for it to grow. So it reflects to us, we are living on our own extra time. Let us make the most of it before the time runs out. Have you ever sat down and wondered, after remembering all those who have died, and asked yourselves, why have they died and you are still alive? Especially those you were very close to. Some were even more beautiful than you and I. Some were more handsome than you and I. Some were more intelligent, more ambitious than you and I. But why then, and not you, and not me? Some died through car accidents on the roads you and I have been passing through, and we are still passing through. Do you think we are more careful than they were? I don't think so. This is just to teach us a lesson, not to take life for granted. There is no guarantee. You are not better than those who have gone ahead. I am not better than those who have gone ahead. They are not the worst people than you and I. Jesus cites some examples in the readings that we have just heard, which says, what about the Galileans whose blood Pilate has mixed in the sacrifice? Were they the worst sinners in Galilee than the others? Not at all. The tragedy just happened. They were not the worst, which says that not all the tragedies that happen on bad people. What about the 18 who died when the Tower of Siloam fell and killed them? Do you think they were more guilty than the worst sinners of them all in Jerusalem? No. Relating it to our current society, what about the Cameroonians who have died in UAE? Those who were sick and died on their sick beds. Those who were not even sick. They were passing also on the same roads that we used to pass. Those who woke up feeling so energetic, going along with their business. Then what happened? A stone fell on one of them and he died. Another one was eating the same food that you and I eat every day, choked and died. Another one was involved in a car accident and died. We have a lot of examples of how Cameroonians have died here in UAE. Do you think we are better than them? Is that why we are alive? Not at all. It is only God's grace. it is God's mercy. And in Pidgin, we say it is God's sorry heart. It is only this His sorry heart that has given us an extra grace. Our time could have been here long ago.